What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Cannonballs podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Dean Cannon. Co-hosting with me today is
your boy, Jake Bulls, on the mic.
And I'm very excited for this. Week 1 of the NFL is here, ladies and gentlemen. We got week 1 approaching on September 8th, Thursday night. Couldn't be more excited. Football season's always our favorite season. And we're going to get into the week 1 predictions. Guys, if you haven't already known this, we are a brand new YouTube channel. We've been doing podcasting for a little over a year now. And if you wanted our preseason record predictions, before week 1, we kind of went game by game for each division, each team, and gave our predictions. But, now that the NFL week 1 is here, we got injury updates. We got all these new updates, 53-man rosters completed. Everything's ready, set to go. So we're going to probably change a couple of our picks. If you guys want to check out our preseason, though, it's on Spotify, whatever platform you listen for podcasting. And, anything to add to that, Jake?
Yeah, we're on YouTube now. Our last couple episodes have been on YouTube. So if you guys can like and subscribe, and, I know some of our videos are longer than, we would even like. But if you could just watch the first 5 minutes, that does a lot to help us out. So let's get into it, Dane.
Let's do it.
Every year the NFL has to kick off with a bang, and they usually do. I think the worst year was when the Texans and the Chiefs played the first game of the season. That one was kind of a garbage first game of the year. But the first game of the year is almost everybody's Super Bowl matchup for the 2022 season. We got the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Los Angeles Rams. Holy poop.
This is an exciting game for sure. This is the way you start off an NFL season right here. Yeah. 2 high-powered offenses, 2 good defenses. It'll be exciting.
Both all-around complete teams. There's nothing not to like about this matchup. And it's funny because, they probably did that because they're like, these teams might meet in the Super Bowl. So it's like, I like how they made it the first game of the season. Yeah, preview of it.
Taste of what's to come.
Man, I'm so excited for this game. There's just so much in this game that we can unpack. So I say we get right into it.
Let's do it.
It is the Thursday night game. Bills are traveling to the Rams. It looks like the Rams are favored in this game, but just barely. Let's see. Who do you think wins this game, Dan?
Right off the bat, without thinking about this in too much detail, I'm going to have to give it to the Bills. I am so high on the Bills this year. I think that if there's ever a season for the Buffalo Bills to go to the Super Bowl, this is it. And I think they get it started week 1. They have an amazing defense. Josh Allen is elite. Stephon Diggs and him have that great connection. Their running back room got better. The Rams do have a good defense. I'm surprised. Is Aaron Donald even suspended? What the flip? I'm trying not to cuss. What the heck is going on there? Is he not suspended?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, so I haven't heard anything. Get away with dual wielding face masks, helmets.
Yeah, as a 49ers fan, it is kind of annoying. I feel like anybody else in the league, that would have been an immediate suspension or at least a fine. I haven't heard anything of the likes. But I mean, I'm just gonna assume that he's playing. But I want to talk about the roster a little bit for the Buffalo Bills. It's just a nasty, nasty roster. I mean, we got Stephon Diggs, top number 1 wide receiver. Dawson Knox, very, very serviceable tight end.
Gabriel Davis.
You got Gabriel Davis. Yeah, he scored 4 touchdowns in the divisional round last year, and unfortunately they lost to the Chiefs due to a coin flip. And then you got the rookie Isaiah McKenzie. I think he's a rookie. Isaiah McKenzie.
I believe so. Yeah. You also got James Cook, who just got drafted. For the running back room.
Yeah, Zach Moss, Devin Singletary. I do expect Devin Singletary to be the starter.
Yeah.
And then on defense, we got Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, Greg Rizzo, and then you got the addition of Von Miller. And then, I mean, I think their secondary is out of this world. You got Jordan Poyer, who I do believe is dealing with some injuries, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, you got Micah Hyde, Tre'Davious White, Taron Johnson, just stacked everywhere, every position, just stacked. I mean, we could go into the Rams lineup if you want. What's your biggest matchup in this game? What do you think one breaks away from the other?
That's tough because I would kind of consider them very similar, especially in like wide receiver room. I mean, I wouldn't say Stephon Diggs is necessarily as good as Cooper Kupp. I think that they both have unique talents, but I would kind of give the edge to Cooper Kupp there. I think this is going to come down to quarterback play. I think the defenses matches up well with both of the offenses. I think both offenses match up well with the defense. It's just going to come down to the quarterback play. I mean, these are two of the best teams in the NFL currently, and whichever quarterback makes less mistakes, who has less turnovers, I think that's what's going to determine this game is a turnover. Whether it's an interception, a fumble recovery, whatever it may be, I think that's going to be the deciding factor of this game because I think this could honestly go either way.
Yeah, when there's teams like that are so evenly matched, it's probably going to be coming down to the quarterback, and I think that's why I think the Bills are going to take this first matchup, just because Josh Allen is an animal. I mean, he can run, he can throw. I mean, Matthew Stafford isn't, he's not a chump by any means. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I think Josh Allen just offers you more because of dual threat. Like he can run the ball way more effectively than Matthew Stafford. I think that he has a bigger arm. I'm not saying that Matthew Stafford doesn't have a big arm, but he is also dealing with elbow tendonitis right now. So we'll see how that affects his performance. But I think that I trust the Rams defensive line a little bit better, but the Bills don't run the ball that much anyway. They could run it more with the addition of James Cook, and maybe he could be the receiving back. Devin Singletary could get things going. Zach Moss looks better, but they're still a pass-first team, and I think that they're going to attack with the air raid. They're going to be an air raid offense, in my opinion. You've got one of the best quarterbacks who can throw the ball 60, 70 yards almost. Why not?
It's gonna be a very, very fun game. I expect this game to be high scoring. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, but I think it'll be high scoring. But then again, it is week one. Anything could happen. But still, lock me in. Buffalo Bills, baby. Give me the Bills week one.
All right, I got the Bills also winning, but I think it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a back and forth. And it's gonna come down to the last position. So I think final score.
I got this one 35-28.
Yeah,
Bills.
I like that one. 35-28 Bills. All right, what's our next matchup, Dane?
All right, next we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. Division rivalry, week one, baby. Starting off, I mean, New Orleans, I think they have a more complete roster. I think their defense is much better. The only thing that I would say is, like I've talked about in our power rankings and everything, it comes down to quarterback play. Marcus Mariota, I like somewhat, but I think that there's a lot of question marks around him, especially in a new offense with the Atlanta Falcons. And Jameis Winston with the New Orleans Saints, I think that he has weapons around him. I think that he just needs to put everything together. So those are my question marks is the quarterback play of this game. I would obviously lean more towards the defense of New Orleans. I would obviously lean more towards maybe not. I would lean more towards the overall offense of the New Orleans Saints. What about you? What are you thinking?
I would definitely lean. I'm leaning towards the Saints. They have a lot of weapons. I mean, they got Michael Thomas coming back after 2 years not playing. Jarvis Landry, if he can stay healthy, he's shown signs of, being a good wide receiver. And then they also got, take it for what you think it is, Alvin Kamara, getting to stay playing this season. There's no legal repercussions as of yet coming for him. Expect it to happen next year or, during after the end of this season. But for now, they got Camario. And then let's not forget they added Chris Olave in the draft. So I like the receiving threats. It's Jameis Winston is just going to have to not turn the ball over.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think if he does that, and because before he got injured last year, he was playing pretty decently, and I do expect him to go back to that form. I mean, at least I'm hoping. But this game's not too hard to talk about. I mean, I got the Saints winning this one, probably at least by 10 points. The Falcons are in a rebuild mode. That if they had Calvin Ridley, maybe Matt Ryan, it would have been a different story with all those weapons, because they do have Kyle Pitts. They have
Drake London.
Drake London. I like him coming out of college.
Cordero
Patterson, exactly. I don't know how their offensive line, offensive line for the Falcons,
I think Cameron Jordan's going to eat in this game, especially in the run game. I think that the Saints are going to be a good defense this year for sure, and I think that the offensive line of the Falcons isn't going to be able to hold back the defensive line of the Saints, in my opinion. So for me, I'm going to put my vote as the New Orleans Saints take Week 1.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I just wanted to take a real quick look at their offensive line. So they got Matt Hennessy. That's their center. Elijah Wilkinson, Jalen Mayfield, Justin Schaefer. Okay, I think that's all their. It doesn't even say who their starting line is, but it doesn't look like they have any. What's the word? High profile offensive linemen on their line. So yeah, expect Cam Jordan to eat dinner, breakfast, lunch. All right, let's go into the next game.
All right, let's do it. All right.
So a little blurry there.
Can you see me? Am I back?
Yep.
All right, I'm back. All right, so the third game that we got here, we got the Cleveland Browns traveling to the Carolina Panthers. And I think the biggest storyline behind this game is revenge game for Baker Mayfield. In an interview, he was basically saying that he's going to fuck up the Browns. We'll see if he can actually do it. I think this is going to be an exciting game. I can't help but root for Baker in this, because it's he kind of did get screwed over by the Browns in this situation, especially with Deshaun Watson. I mean, I think Baker maybe could have handled the situation a little bit better, but fuck it. Oh, there's our cuss word. You heard it.
Yeah, he already said fucked up before. So
all right, well now we're at 3 or 4, so whatever. But yeah,
sorry.
I'm excited for this game. If I was just gonna bet without looking at it too much, I would lean towards more the Panthers at this point, just because I like the whole storyline with Baker Mayfield.
I want to say the Panthers, but I mean, looking at this Browns offense, I forgot how good their offense was. Sorry, their defense. Their offense is I mean, on offense, they got Amari Cooper and Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Those are the only people I actually have trust in. Donovan Peoples-Jones has shown flashes.
Anthony Schwartz is quick, but we'll see if he can catch the ball.
Anthony Schwartz. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I mean, on defense, I think that's where their bread and butter is. I mean, Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Denzel Ward, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Greedy Williams, Greg Newsome. They have some players on defense. I think that's where they could get the upper hand in this game. But I like the Panthers on offense more. I like Baker obviously more than Jacoby Brissett. And then I like their threats. You got DJ Moore, Terrence Marshall, Robbie Anderson.
A healthy Christian McCaffrey right now.
Yeah,
hopefully he doesn't get injured.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, on defense, they have players too. Brian Burns is awesome. Shaq Thompson. They did lose, what's his name? Stephon Gilmore. But I mean, he really didn't do much.
Stephon Gilmore he's in his twilight years, he's getting ready to retire. But I like Derek Brown, the defensive tackle for Carolina. I think that he's going to be a good run stuffer, which is the bread and butter, like you already said, of Cleveland, especially with Jacoby Brissett at the helm. I think Derek Brown could eat up a good amount of plays and keep the rushing attack from getting out of hand.
Yeah. So a couple things to look out for in this game is their kicker, Zane Gonzalez, is out. So, for the Panthers, that could be kind of, it's scary not having a kicker. I remember the 49ers losing a game to the Seahawks because they had someone they picked up off the streets because Robbie Gould was out with injury. And then as for the Browns, what? Oh, there's a player on the Browns called named AJ Green, but he's a cornerback.
Okay.
All right. Nothing too crazy. Nothing super. I mean, besides Deshaun Watson, he is going to be, out for 11 games. So I like the Panthers in this one. Man. Honestly, if the Browns can rush the ball, kill the clock, and play good defense, they have this game.
See, week one, anything can happen. I'm sticking with the Carolina Panthers because I think Baker Mayfield's going to have something to prove. I think he's going to try and play out of his freaking mind.
Yeah,
it may not happen, but that's what I think.
I want to say this. I think the Panthers are going to win, but it's going to be barely. But it's going to be because Baker Mayfield wills it. Yeah. And it's going to be a hard test for him because that defense is no joke. But I got the Panthers. I got the Panthers in a close one by, let's say, 3 points.
All right. I like it. I got the Carolina Panthers winning in a close one, too. A nail biter, taking it down to the wire. But, yeah, both Jake and I are going with the Carolina Panthers. All right, next game is going to be a freaking blowout, or at least it should be. We got the 49ers traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. I mean, Post is going to eat this game. That offensive line is terrible. Justin Fields is going to be under duress and pressure the entire game. I think this will be a good starting point for Trey Lance. I don't think Chicago's defense is anywhere near where it used to be, especially like back in 2018 and before a couple years. You got Elijah Mitchell, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. I mean, the weapons that Trey Lance has in this game is unheard of. Like, most teams don't have that many receivers and running backs.
Yeah. I mean, and they also got additions of the speedsters and Ray McLeod and Danny Gray. So, they might get a freak 70-yard touchdown. You never know. I think this is a perfect game for Trey Lance to, get those bugs out. Yep. It should be a easy winnable game. Not easy, but it should be a winnable game for the 49ers. I mean, we did our power rankings yesterday and we had the Bears, the 32nd ranked team in our power rankings, and we had the 49ers as the 4th ranked team. So I think the 49ers, as long as they don't do anything stupid, penalties, that is a penalty, late hit, penalties, fumbles, interceptions, just stick to what you're good at.
Just take care of the play ball, action. Just play good defense, good sound offense. They should have this one in the bag. I don't think that there's going to be any doubt in anyone's mind. I mean, if you're betting on Chicago, it's because you're a very biased person. There's no way that Chicago should win, but it's week one. It could happen.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a couple players here and there. Eddie Jackson, Kyler Gordon on the defense. Roquan Smith, he's decent. And even on offense, they have some decent players. I mean, Darnell Mooney
is underrated for sure. But that offensive line of Chicago is bad. And the defensive line of the 49ers is great. So
I think as long as they get after Justin Fields, it should be in the 49ers' hands. I do want to quick talk about the injuries on the 49ers. They are kind of dealing with quite a few injuries. And And so, first off, Jimmy Ward is going to be out for the first 4 games of the season. It's our starting safety. I think Travarius Ward, he's probable right now. If last year we struggled with the defensive backs, so hopefully they're in the game.
I want to point out one player on the 49ers. I just feel so bad for Jason Verrett, man.
Oh my God. Okay.
He has never been able to stay on the field. It's so sad.
Dude,
as a Chargers fan, I know all about it. It's so bad. It's so sad.
It's crazy because the year where we had all those injuries, the year after the Super Bowl loss, Jason Verrett played out of his mind for the 49ers. And he made it to, like, maybe not his first Pro Bowl, but he made it to the Pro Bowl. And he was playing lights out that year.
He is so talented. He is one of the most talented corners in the league. He just can't stay on the field. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's starting the year out on the pup, but hopefully he can come back and just compete for a starting role, and that rotation of the rookie, I forget his name, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but the rookie, Travarius Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, and Jason Verrett, it's just going to make each other better. It's just iron sharpens iron. But I don't think we need to talk too much more about this game. It's a pretty easy pick, I think. If you're doing a pick'ems league, I would use this as, I think, the number 16 pick. It's probably the biggest gap in all of the games. Let's move on. 49ers
49ers.
I would say 49ers by at least 10.
I say the score is 28-10. That's what I would put it at.
Yeah.
All right, so the next game that we have the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals division game. Bengals manhandled the Steelers last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could honestly be something similar this year. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to look at the injuries because I like Pittsburgh's receiving threats and their running back. I like, they have a good roster. It's just they don't have a quarterback right now. It's if they're starting the season off with Mitchell Trubisky, what does that say about Kenny Pickett? It means he's not ready. I'm not saying he's not going to be, I'm not saying anything about him. I'm saying, he's a rookie. Like, usually rookies aren't going to beat out veterans for the most part.
Then you also have Mason Rudolph. I mean, he's got to be QB3 at this point. But, yeah, you got Najee Harris at the first running back. You got Benny Snell, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool. You got Calvin Austin, who just drafted. George Pickens, who just drafted. I mean, like you said, I like their receiving core also. I think that's solid. Yeah, Pat Freiermuth at the tight end position.
Deontay Johnson. Wait, where? Oh, they don't have him on here. But I mean, did you say Deontay Johnson?
Yeah, Deontay Johnson.
Yeah. They also, I didn't realize they picked up Miles Boykin. He was from the Ravens, but he was also from Notre Dame. He was a good receiver. I think if anybody can get some use out of him, it's the Steelers. They know how to use their wide receivers. And let's not forget about their defense. They have a good defense.
Led by TJ Watt. I mean,
yeah, you
got Cameron Hayward also. I mean, you got a decent defensive line.
Damn, they have Miles Jack now.
Mm-hmm.
Minka Fitzpatrick, Terrell Edmonds, Devin Bush. Yeah, they have a good defense.
They were pretty injured last year also, let's not forget. So that's kind of why their defense divoted and kind of took a nosedive to being pretty poor. So I think that this is a much better matchup than it was last year. I don't know. I trust Joe Burrow way more than any quarterback that's going to play on the Pittsburgh Steelers right now.
Yeah, I do too, but what is the status with the
appendix
or whatever? Yeah, appendix. Because that's going to be a big...
He should be playing. I think he's fine.
I need to look that up real quick before I give my picks. If he's healthy, I got the Steelers. I mean, if he's healthy, I got the Bengals.
So Burrow was slated to practice Wednesday without limitations. He should be fine. I'm
All right, yes.
100% sure that he's going to be good to go. I don't think that there's going to be any problem with him playing this game.
Yeah, so sorry, I have to look it up before I say anything more.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, if he wasn't playing, then maybe I would lean more towards the Steelers. But I mean, you also have to take this into consideration. The Bengals still have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. They have gosh dang it. I'm saying I keep cussing, but they have receivers, man. They have a good offense. Their line got better.
I mean, they snagged a couple people from the Bucks.
Yeah. I mean,
on their offensive line. So if Burrow doesn't play, they got Jake Browning and Brandon Allen as the
if they don't play, then probably I would lean more towards Pittsburgh. But I mean, they did get Lael Collins, Alex Kappa. You know, you got some decent pieces on the offensive line now to protect Joe Burrow. So Joe Burrow should be out there. I'm 99% sure. And so because of that, I'm still going to lean towards the Cincinnati Bengals as my pick.
Excuse me. I am too, and I think it could be, competitive. It is a divisional matchup, so I'm just gonna say Burrows Bengals by 7.
I like it. All right, next game we have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Detroit Lions. I like the Eagles in this one. I mean, without thinking about it too much, I like the Eagles in this. I don't care if they're away. I just think that they're a much more complete team. I like Jalen Hurts. I like the addition of A.J. Brown. I like the defense now with Godzilla up front.
Oh. I'm
Godzilla. Godzilla. Jordan Davis up front. I mean, he's going to be a beast. I also, just Devontae Smith, I just like
A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, like I said, the addition of him. Miles Sanders, they're a good team.
Yeah, I mean, and then their defense. I mean, I think people forget about their defense, but you got Brandon Graham still, Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Darius Slay, Nakobe Dean now.
Is Nakobe Dean going to be playing? Do you know?
Let's see. Let's look at their injuries.
But I mean, I also like Kenneth Gainwell as running back. I mean, Boston Scott, Miles Sanders.
Yeah. Miles Sanders is questionable with a hamstring.
Okay. Dallas Goedert. I like Dallas Goedert at tight end.
Ooh, okay. Big news. Jason Kelce is questionable with an elbow injury. So that could be huge for them.
That is big because, I mean, Jason Kelce is a good center.
Yeah.
If they lost him, is it Cam Jurgens next? Is their center?
It doesn't have their depth chart.
I want to say that it is, but I don't know, man. I even if he missed, I still like him out there.
Yeah, Cam Jurgens.
Cam Jurgens. Okay.
Okay, Dan. Let me ask you.
Go for it.
How the hell did you know the backup center to the Philadelphia Eagles?
Oh, I pulled it up, and I was using lineups.com for the NFL.
Hey.
See, all
right.
I don't even need to look at the lineup stuff for, obviously, the Chargers, and I'm sure Jake for the 49ers. Yeah. But when we're talking about other teams, we're kind of still getting into this. I need to refresh my memory with some of these players, so I do apologize if we take our time with that. But yeah, one of the additions that I really like about the Philadelphia Eagles defense is Kaiser White, their linebacker that they got from the Chargers. He played out of his mind for us last year, and we couldn't keep him, and they paid him I think $5 million. I was so upset that we lost him, and he already looked pretty good in the preseason. I like Philadelphia's defense. I like their offense. I don't know, man. For me, I'm going to mark Philadelphia Eagles winning this. I mean, I like Detroit's offense a little bit here and there. DeAndre Swift's great. Jamal Williams is a good backup running back. You got Jared Goff at the quarterback position. They also picked up DJ Shark for the wide receiver. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who I like. TJ Hawkinson. So their offense is good, don't get me wrong, but I'm going Philadelphia. I'm going Philly.
Yeah, I have more faith in Jalen Hurts, as weird as that is to say, than Jared Goff. They are favored to win this matchup, obviously. So yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles by at least 7, maybe
I'd
10.
say it's actually a close game. I think that it's going to be decided by 3 points. I think it's going to be a field goal game. Because I also like the defense for Detroit. I like the addition of Aiden Hutchinson. Like, I think that they'll be able to keep it close. And, Detroit, even though they only won, 2-3 games last year, they were competitive. Mm-hmm. They were a tough out. Like, teams weren't just beating them to death. Like, they have a dog mentality, and I like that. I just don't think that they're better than the Eagles.
You're absolutely right about that. They're going to fight every team like it's their Super
They're going to take kneecaps out, baby.
Ooh, they're going to rip whatever the heck Dan Campbell says, put their mouths on their neck and rip their throats out.
I think he said bite kneecaps off, and then, they're going to bite the other one off. But, yeah, we can rip out throats also. So I got the Eagles. You got the Eagles as well?
Yep. Not too difficult to talk about.
Okay,
what's the next one?
So the next game, we have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to the Houston Texans.
I
think this is another kind of
this is an easy matchup
in a way, but Indianapolis did lose to Jacksonville and gave Jacksonville their only win in week 1. So, anything could happen. I do trust Matt Ryan a little bit more. I like Michael Pittman. I think that the roster of Indianapolis is more complete. This team was almost a playoff contender as well. You have Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines as your running backs who are great. I think Matt Ryan's good. And, you have a good offensive line. The defense is solid. So, yeah, if I was going to pick, I'm going with the Indianapolis Colts here.
Yeah, I'm also going there. I like their receiving threats. Michael Pittman, Mo Alley Cox, Paris Campbell's been serviceable. And let's not forget about their defense. You got Forrest Buckner, my boy from the 49ers. What is his name? The freaking linebacker. Darius Leonard.
You got Kwity Paye, who should be better this year. Yannick Ngakoue.
Mm-hmm. So they definitely they have pieces on the defense and offense. It's just if they can put everything together and not lose.
They also did pick up Stephon Gilmore. So.
Yep. Who are they playing? The Texans?
The Texans, yeah. I trust Ryan over Davis Mills any day.
Yeah, they're just the Texans are the Texans, man. They haven't. Let's look at their lineups. Their top receiving threat is Brandon Cooks.
I think he's a good receiver. Don't get me wrong.
All right. Let's not get it twisted. He's a good receiver for fantasy football. He can get open, but he's not a top 10 receiver. He's not a probably top 20 receiver. He's good. He's decent. He'll catch the ball, but I don't know. And when that's your only threat, you're going to put your number one on him. Right. Maybe he'll get open every once in a while, but I don't know. They don't have enough on offense.
Dameon Pierce as their running back. He showed flashes during the preseason. He looked good at Florida last year. So I think that that's good. They got Nico Collins, but there's so many things that are uncertain about this team, or that I'm uncertain about. I like their draft. I think that they drafted pretty well, but a lot of it is on paper right now. We need to see how it actually performs out on the field. And, I just think that Indianapolis is a much more complete team. So that's why I'm going to go Indianapolis here.
Yeah. We don't have to, most people are going to, most people know who they're picking. I would be shocked if the Colts lose to the Texans. It is in Houston. It's a divisional matchup. Anything could happen. It's week 1. But, look for the Colts to just spank them. If Jonathan Taylor doesn't rush for over 100 yards, I'll be shocked.
Yep. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do one more game for this week's episode. We will finish the rest of the games for week 1 in a future episode. It'll probably be released a day or two later, but it will be out before Thursday night football, or maybe it'll be out after because we already covered Thursday night. We'll decide. Anyway, so the last game that we're going to cover right now is we have the New England Patriots traveling to Miami Dolphins. Typically, New England doesn't travel well to Miami. I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be hot. Miami usually plays pretty well at home. I like Miami on paper more than I like New England on paper.
I do too. I mean, the Patriots receiving threats are a group of serviceable like number twos and number threes. There's not like, I mean, I know Jacoby Myers is their number 1 receiver, but you put him on any other team, he's going to be a 2 or a 3. He'll catch the ball. Yeah, Kendrick Bourne. He was a 2 or 3 on the 49ers. Who else do they have?
Nelson
Hunter Henry,
Aguilar,
Devontae Parker,
N'Keal Harry, but I think he's injured. Or did he get traded to Chicago? He got traded to Chicago, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's on the Bears right now, and he's injured, so he's not playing. Man, feel bad for that guy.
I do too.
But, yeah, I mean, the Patriots receiving threats aren't anything scary, but, the Patriots are just one of those teams that they pull stuff out of thin air, and they just figure out ways to win games.
I mean, you got Bill Belichick, who's one of the best coaches ever played or to ever coach the game. So, I mean, he can figure out how to get the most from his players. I still don't know how the frick Cole Strange is going to work out in the NFL. I watched his Senior Bowl tape and his highlights, and he was getting blown up. And the fact that they took him in the first really shocked me. But if anyone's going to turn that guy around for the offensive line, it's New England. But, yeah, man, I really like Miami in this one. They have way better weapons on offense. I mean, you have Tyreek Hill now. You have Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki. You have a good running attack. I mean, what's the head coach's name again? Who's
Mike McDaniels.
Mike McDaniels, yeah. Mike McDaniels. He's going to run the Shanahan offensive system. He's got that running game planned up. He's got a good passing game lined up. I know it. I think Tua could surprise some people here. It's at home. They have home field advantage. I'm going with Miami here.
Yeah, I'm going to go Miami as well. I think they just did a lot to improve their team. But it's going to be a close game. It is a divisional game, and I just don't have that much confidence in Tua. I feel like he can easily throw an interception, cost the game, or fumble the ball or whatever. The Patriots still have a decent defense, so they could get after him. But it's going to come down to coaching, I believe. And it's just hard because it's hard to go against. It's it's hard to go against Tom Brady. It's hard to go against Bill Belichick. He's just been winning so much in the past. So it's hard to go against him. I still want to go Dolphins. I'm going to
go Dolphins. I mean, they also added Melvin Ingram. Jalen Phillips looks good. I like their defense. They have Xavier Howard, right? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. I mean, I just think they're a more complete team. And I mean, not that I think Tua is better than Mac Jones, but I mean, Mac Jones doesn't have that high of a ceiling for me personally. I think he's very serviceable. I think he came out as one of the best rookie quarterbacks, but I need to see more wow plays. I need to see more from him other than just being a really impressive game manager as a rookie. I think he could do that, but he doesn't have like the arm strength that's going to be tossing the rock down like 60 yards. They don't have the offensive weapons. I like Miami in this one. They're at home. They got a good defense. They got a good offense. It all just comes down to quarterback play, in my opinion.
These teams are like complete polar opposites to me. One team, is, flashy. They got all these speedy wide receivers. They made all these moves in the offseason. And then the other team is boring, going to hand off the ball, 80 times a game if they can. You got a really boring quarterback. I mean, I don't hate Mac Jones in any way. Like he's like, how can you hate someone like that? Like he's done nothing to hate. You know what I'm saying? But he's not really done anything.
Down. He did slim down. He looks like he's in better shape, so maybe he has more escapability. I mean, the Patriots literally always come up with something that's just like they're better than expected. I just don't. I just do not see it. I'm picking Miami.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Miami, but I will not be surprised if the Patriots win.
Yeah, it's week 1. Anything could happen. But guys, that's gonna wrap up this week or this episode. Stay tuned for part 2 of week 1 predictions. But if you guys aren't already, please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate anything. Jake, you have anything that you want to add?
Yeah, just follow us on we only have one social media, Instagram. If you're a friend or if you like what we do, help us out by sharing. Like Dane said, like, comment, subscribe. And thank you for listening. We have switched to an all football podcast, and I think we're really enjoying it so far. So
absolutely.
I hope you guys are as well. And as always, peace.